The Two Faces of Justice in an African Tale. Once upon a time, in the deepest heart of Eastern Africa, within the vibrant and colorful village of Umuekwe, there lived two identical twins named Olisebuka and Oliseemeka. From birth, they were inseparable, and as they grew, no one in the village could tell them apart. They shared the same smile, the same laugh, and the same piercing gaze that seems to reflect the mystery of their origins. Olisebuka and Oliseemeka were sons of a humble blacksmith named Okolo. He raised them in the value of humility and honesty. However, while Olisebuka absorbed every lesson with dedication, Oliseemeka's heart was restless. He yearned for adventure and was often tempted by the lure of easy wealth. One fateful night, under a moonless sky, Oliseemeka entered into the house of a rich woman in Umuekwe named Ifenkili to steal a chest of gold and jewels. The next morning, cries of theft echoed through the village. Ifenkiri was a respected elder, and she demanded for justice. Little did inhabitants know that Oliseemeka had hidden the stolen treasure at the edge of the village, intending to retrieve them when the commotion dies down. The following day, Olisebuka, while taking his usual routine to the river to fetch water, was confronted by an angry mob. A village child had reported seeing Oliseemeka near Ifenkiri's house the previous night, mistaking Olisebuka for his twin. The villagers seized him. "No, you have the wrong person. I was home with my father last night," Olisebuka protested, and they dragged him to the middle of the village. Despite crying and protesting that he was innocent, nobody listened to him. The angry mob was blinded by rage and distrust. In horrifying act of jungle justice, Olisebuka was taken to the evil forest at the ancient Iroko tree, where he was brutally executed. Okoro, heartbroken and devastated, withdrew into his humble abode, unable to comprehend the current that had robbed him of his innocent son. Oliseemeka, hearing of his brother's fate, was overcoming with guilt and fear. He knew that if anyone discovered his crime, he too would face a similar end. But the weight of his guilt was unbearable. Days turned into weeks, and the villagers tried to resume its peaceful rhythm. Through a somber shadow lingered. Ifenkiri, still aggrieved and determined to find the exact truth, began a quiet investigation. She was a woman of wisdom and patience, traits that allow her to see beyond the immediate and delve deeper into the heart of matters. One evening, just as the sun deepened below the horizon, Ifenkeli noticed Oliseemeka walking around near the edge of the village. She decided to follow him directly. She watched as he uncovered the stolen treasure from beneath a thicket. "Oliseemeka," she shouted out, her voice turned and filled with sadness. Oliseemeka froze, his heart racing. He knew there was no escape now. "Please, Ifenkiri, I can explain," he stammered. But Ifenkiri merely shook her head. "No explanation can bring Olisebuka back. Oliseemeka, your action had dire consequences, and now you must face them." The villagers was once again angry as Ifenkiri brought out Oliseemeka before the elders, evidence in hand. She regretted the wrongful execution of Oliseemeka's brother. The villagers, struck by the revolution and their own role in tragedy, were torn between guilt and the reward taste for justice. That night, a council was held under the ancient Iroko tree. Okoro broken and fell, was present at the proceeding. His eyes horrored with loss. He listened in silence as the elder deliberated Olisaemeka's fate. Though Olisaemeka has committed a grave crime, the blood on our hands as a village cannot be ignored. We acted in haste and killed an innocent. Ifenkiri addressed the council and the assembled villagers. Justice, she continued, cannot undo what has been done, but the future must be different. The justice was seek for Olisaemeka must be one that teaches, that preserve rather than simple punishes. Despite Ifenkiri's wise word, the angered cry for retribution filled the air. The villagers, in their sorrow and rage, decided that Olisaemeka must pay the ultimate price for his crime. That same night, the echo of Olisaebuka's injustice were repeated as Olisaemeka faced the same fate under the Iroko tree in the evil forest. Okoro, lost in his torment, left the village soon after, wandering the vast landscape, a shadow of him former self. Umuekwe, now shadowed by the twins' tragedies, slowly began to understand the deeper lesson Ifenkiri had tried to teach. In subsequent years, the village elders worked tirelessly to transform the justice system in Umuekwe. No longer would judgment be passed in a haste. The ancient Iroko tree under which the twins has been perished become a symbol of reflection and fairness. A memory of Olisaebuka was erected to remind the villagers of the cost of their hasty decision. The villagers came to learn that justice was not just about retribution, but about understanding, compassion, and the quest for truth. The story of Olisaebuka and Olisaemeka was told for generations, a reminder that even in the pursuit of justice, one must tread carefully and wisely, for every life is entwined with the unseen thread of others. Thoughts and missed sorrow and loss, Umuekwe found a new path. Olisaemeka and Olisaebuka's tale find its way into the very heart of the villagers, ensure that the shadow of the past guide them to a major, just, and compassionate future. Guys, this is the end of the story. Please like and share. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow our Facebook page. Thank you for watching. See you guys in my next.